time to pick Hawthorn haws. It's absolutely loaded, and I'm so excited to pick them and attempt to make a Hawthorn jelly.
A few minutes later.
A little bit on the myths and legends of Hawthorn. According to Christian legend, the crown of thorns that Jesus wore was made from hawthorn twigs. Many superstitions also grew up around this small tree. Witches were said to shelter in hawthorn hedges, and to cut the wood down either would bring fairies or bad luck into the house. This is interesting because I always thought that the hawthorn was kind of like a portal into the fairy realm. It makes sense that witches would live in hawthorn hedges because it is a guardian tree that guards the forest or is on the edge of a deep dark forest where witches and folk legends usually lived. Hawthorn is particularly valued for strengthening and normalizing the heart. In medical studies and research work, the berries lowered blood pressure by helping to dilate clogged and hardened arteries. I've been reading a little bit more about the supposed medical effects of hawthorn, and of course you should always consult your doctor, but it is a very interesting and potentially very helpful herb for these modern days, when our hearts are so befret by many ailments, many substances, and many heartbreaks and anxieties. In Rodale's Encyclopedia of Herbs, it says this about hawthorn. The ancient Greeks and Romans regarded the hawthorn as a symbol of hope and happiness. As such, it was often used for bouquets and corsages in wedding ceremonies. The Romans believed that hawthorns kept evil spirits away, so they placed the leaves of it on their babies' cradles. Contrarily, during the Middle Ages, people thought that hawthorn, an evil herb, branches when brought into a home meant that someone in the house would die. So all of my effort of making hawthorn jelly ended up with 1 jar of hawthorn. I obviously need to pick more than 2 pounds. 2 pounds of hawthorn made 1 cup of hawthorn jelly. And I overcooked it, so it's more like hawthorn candy. But for my first attempt, it was really fun and really good, and I'm going to make more this week. Hopefully enough to give away as gifts for Christmas. Thank you so much for tuning in for me attempting to make a hawthorn jelly.